while it's empty? Like, do I need to go put something in it?
We're
Posh is like,
recording.
cheers.
We're recording. Well, hello. Our podcast loves. How
Hello.
are you guys doing today? You're going to have to just, hey, you know what? In the description, I think I said we're going to come into you real and raw and transparent. This is us, right? This is Jamie and LaShawn.
Hello.
And we may do some things that are just cray cray. I may hit record while Jamie's talking about her glass. So
No
you never
warning at
know.
all.
You never know what to expect. But you will know this much. We are some happy girls. How about that? So I want to welcome you to the very first episode. Is it the first episode, Jamie?
I think so. So welcome. If not, thanks for joining us again.
The very first episode of Finding Happiness podcast. So I am LaShawn Gunnels. I am your reconnection life coach. I help those of you who are living with loss grow through your grief and step into your happiness with passion and on purpose. And again, this is my lovely assistant, Miss Jamie Spangler. She
Hello.
is my like company rock. We were just talking about rocks.
Yeah, it's ironic.
But she really is. She keeps me on the go, y'all. She keeps my youth. She keeps my happiness. She keeps my smile. And like she said in her introduction that you heard last week, she is very distracting. But that's okay because I love her for that.
It brings for more genuine conversation, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So y'all probably like, okay, well, I didn't tuned into this. I didn't tune into this podcast. What are they going to talk about today?
Why am
Well,
I
we're going
here?
to tell you. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about, are you looking for happiness within? Are you? And if you are, do you have some ways that you actually dive deep and find the happiness, pull it out so it can illuminate on the external part of you? Jamie, do you have any things that you do to help, help the happiness just come out and like it's coming out your pores, right?
Well, I was just going to say what you just said reminded me of Audrey Hepburn and her saying of like happy girls are the prettiest. And so it's true, like what you feel on the inside, like it comes out on the
It
outside, and like how you
shows.
take different situations. Like if you're in a good mood, you're like, nothing can get me down.
Right. And if you're in a good mood and you're like nothing can get you down, and even everything that's trying to come at you, and you still dig deep because you're like, you know what, I have control over this.
Not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan. You better go ahead, girl.
But yeah, I feel like for me, some things I've done for happiness is one, I started giving back, especially like with COVID and like going to like working from home. I've always wanted to like foster and like be more involved with like animals.
Mhm.
And so like this really gave me the opportunity to be like open my home up and be like, come on in, kittens.
That's so good.
And so like that made me really happy is
So
like,
how many animals have you fostered?
I mean, starting January alone, I've done 8. So in like 3 months, I just took back one today. So, and it's always like hard giving them back, but it's nice knowing that they're going to find like their home. And like that you
Right.
can take them out of like a shelter environment for like as
Mhm.
long as possible and just spoil them. So
Exactly. So since January of this year, you've already fostered 8 animals. Like, what are we fostering? Cats, dogs, frogs, what?
frogs. Mostly cats, just because they're easier. Like you're not going in and out, like letting them outside to run, like things like that. Plus,
Hmm.
I feel like a dog would be much harder for me to give back.
Oh,
Whereas like a cat is like, it's indoors. Like I don't have to do like if it's raining outside, like the cat doesn't care because it's not outside.
Yeah, they take care of themselves. They're a little bit more
Exactly.
independent than dogs too, right?
Right. And
So what
so
so is it just cats and dogs that are in the foster program, or
sometimes the shelter does get in. Like they had pigs last year
are you gonna
that
get
they
a
were
pig
like,
next time?
I don't have a place for a pig. But no, I mean they have like rabbits, they get in hamsters, they get in like everything. And they're like, can anybody like help out? And like there's so many people in that group that are like, here I am, like let's do this. And it's like I
That's
think
that's
that's
super
also
cool.
nice too, is like you're surrounded by this group of people that are like, there's a mission out there to help like these animals and like let's save them.
So I know that just brings you all sorts of happiness and joy just to be in that community, right? I think
Yes.
that's important to be connected. So I think that's actually another maybe thing you should look into. I mean, we're kind of taking it all from Jamie's experience here when it comes to finding happiness within, but community, like what kind of communities are you involved in online? I know we're kind of still in isolation or whatever they call it,
Which
because
only makes community more important. You still feel that connection. Like,
yeah, and that would definitely bring out the happiness, right? I mean, you're connected to other human beings, and then not only are you connected to other human beings, you're connected to other like-minded human beings, like your shelter community for the animals,
and for a good
like-minded.
cause.
Yeah, I love that. So, oh my gosh, thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. So, I know some things for me personally when it comes to um retrieving, getting my happiness from within, like really digging deep, is self-care, self-love, right? Just being really good to me. I am all about a weekly, maybe even twice a week self-care regimen, honey. Okay, like I got to take care
You
of
got
the
like those
Sean.
bath bombs, or what do you do?
Oh, okay, so here I got a whole list. So you done opened up the door, hunty.
Teach us your ways.
So definitely nails and toes, huge on my list. Massages.
Oh,
I love the bubble baths. Love my bubble baths. Do you hear me with the candle and the music going? So that's all within, this the music of my choice, which is I'm an R&B slow jams girl. That's who I am. It is what it is. And my candle of choice is mostly lavender, but
calming.
really I like a lot of fruity candles as well. So so I'll have the one of those going. Um, Journaling, like just taking the time out just to sit back and write things out and reflect, just taking the time out to meditate and really be in the present with my meditation, just to allow myself to just let my mind just not think, is so refreshing to me.
I am jealous of that because I don't know how to meditate.
Really? Oh
Like I
my
have to have
God.
sound. So when they're like, just think, I'm like, I wish there was sound, is what I'm thinking of.
But actually you can meditate. Like I do the meditations that have, like, I do a lot of guided right now. But when I actually take five, because I'm gonna be honest, to do it on my own, I do have a like a thing that makes different sounds. So one of the sounds is wind, and the other sound is like the
Okay.
ocean and
Like the
stuff like that. So
calming. Okay.
calming sounds. So so like I said, most of my meditations are guided. So I do have also that guy or girl talking me through, the different type of meditation that I'm doing for that day or whatever.
Okay, that's
Um,
cool.
yeah, but when I do it on my own, yeah, I'm still not I'm no pro yet. It's 5 minutes by myself, honey, because then I get to squirrel, squirrel.
True. Well, it's funny you mentioned candles because my mom and I make candles. It's like part of like something to
Ooh,
do together, and
And
a
that's
fun little
another
craft.
form of happiness. You have, I mean, so that's like building happiness on all sorts of levels, right? So the craft, being able to be crafty, being able to be creative with the
Mhm.
smells and the
Yeah, you get to create like, what do you think smells good? Like, well, why don't we just combine these two? And like, you just
see what we come up with, right?
exactly. And like, you get to pick the colors, you pick like the jar
Yeah,
it comes in, like everything is like whatever you want it to be.
I love that. And then to me, the most important part of that is the memories that you are building with mom, right? Like, how awesome is that? Like that right there would just make me beam. I would be so like,
Yeah. My mom
I
and
am
I are
with my
both
mom.
very much like, we're not materialistic. Like, I would rather do something with you than get something. So,
Hmm.
like, for us, it's like a way, like, she's the same way. So,
Hmm.
it's like a way for us to like still give something, but
Right.
you get a use out of a candle, you know? And then once it's gone, we take the jar back and like we make more.
I love that. I'm gonna have to get a candle or two. Your mom have to make me a signature legacy of love coaching candle.
A lavender scented candle.
Lavender, you better tell her. Listen to her listening, y'all. She be listening. Yes.
Yeah. Do you craft it
That
all?
is so awesome. Huh?
Do you craft it all?
Well, no,
No.
no.
You
Um,
journal though, that's still creative.
that's kind of
So
my creative niche, is the journaling. Um, I wasn't really blessed with the whole craft thing. Like I almost flunked first grade because I couldn't cut straight. I couldn't cut. I mean, like scissors and me just don't do well. I don't know what's up with that.
well, at least you're not running with them, you know?
Exactly.
That's the main point.
Exactly. But have I tried? Okay, so back in the day, my crafting skills consisted of I used to crochet.
Really?
Yes, my grandma, my no, the me, my great grandma,
Backing
back in
it up.
my great grandma taught me how to crochet. I couldn't tell you how to crochet if you paid me today, but it was so fun back then. And those are memories. See how I'm smiling right now? Because those are memories that I have with my great grandma. How blessed is that to have had a great grandma in your life where you're old enough to where she taught you how to crochet.
That's awesome. I've always like I've kind of wanted to crochet, but
I
it's so
love
like
it.
time
I
involved.
mean, I loved it. I don't do it anymore.
Could you still do it today? You picked them
I
up?
don't know how. I don't even know how to start it. But I'm sure YouTube could teach me. You know what? Maybe I'll try to crochet again. Not right now though.
Find some happiness.
Find some happiness and get that. What do they call it? It starts with an N. No, no.
Nostalgia?
Say it again.
I said nostalgia. I don't know.
Is that it? Where it takes you back to that moment?
Okay, so it is
Yes,
nostalgia. Yeah.
nostalgia. Give kind of I love that. I love when I like because it
When you
does
have
makes me
so
remember.
many grandkids, like maybe that's something that you could
I
do.
probably should be crocheting since I do have 18
See? And then
grandchildren.
those are memories you can create for them that like make them happy like it did you.
Like what do you mean? Teach them how to do it, or me create them a blanket or something?
No, like doing it together, like how you have those memories with your great grandmother.
I'm trying
They
to
can have those
think.
memories with you.
I was like in third and fourth grade, and I was an amazing like child. Not that my grandchildren aren't, but all of my grandchildren are like into the phone.
Mm. Millennials.
But
And I don't
I
know what's after
could get back
millennials.
into it and make them something, you know?
Yeah.
And then another thing that I really love to do, but I don't stick with it from a craft. I don't know if you consider this crafting or not, but gardening.
I don't know if it's crafty, but
What
it's
is
definitely a hobby of its own category, though, in its own
hobbies?
right.
Yes. So look, y'all, we didn't tell y'all another way I'm finding happiness within hobbies. What kind of hobbies do you do besides your candle making?
I mean, right now, like with school, and then I volunteer like at the BMX track, and I guess for me, reading when I can,
Mm,
or like I love history, so I started like I made a list of historical sites here in town,
mhm.
and then I would take my dog out every weekend, and we would just go explore and like get out of the house and go do something.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
learned a lot
awesome.
about Kansas City from doing that.
Right? And like what parts of Kansas City did you explore?
I mean, it was all over. We did like Loose Park. We would go downtown. We'd go up north, like to Parkville. Like we've, it's everywhere. Like there's so much around us that like you wouldn't even know about because like I don't know if you're like me, but I'm pretty much like I go to work, I come home. Like like you have your direct path, and like how often do you really like take the time to like look around? Like I just found out there's a castle in my hometown. I lived there for 30 years, never knew it had a castle.
Right. Yes. Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
That's so fantastic, right? Like that's fantastic.
And it ties like history in with like appreciating what like learning the city.
Learning the city and like you said, appreciating your surroundings. It's more to life than going to work, then going home, and then doing your home activities and then starting all over again, right? Like that sounded depressing, right? But some people may be happy with that. But
Well,
the
and like
whole
right
thing,
now, especially like being able to get out of the house and like
yes.
because they're outdoor exhibits, like you're still able to be safe about it and but like you're getting out.
I love that. I do. I love that. I may have to actually do that. I'm gonna have to figure out what my thing is. Like you said, yours is history, and you went and researched all the historical monuments and things like that within the Kansas City area. I need to figure out what my thing is. Like I love like aquariums, but I don't know, there's only one here.
The sea life, yeah.
And so that's one of my things to do across the United States is to go visit various aquariums.
That'd be
But I need to figure,
awesome.
yeah, I definitely, that's on my list. But I really, to do some things, fountains. I think I figured it out. I'm gonna do fountains. Okay, you guys,
Kansas
there we
City
go.
is the city of fountains,
We are
so
the city of fountains, and I love fountains and waterfalls. Like that's my jam. I'm gonna do that. All right. Okay. So also, another thing that kind of ties in with self-care, being kind to yourself, loving on you, is, just take time out. Like how Jamie kind of did with her weekly getting out with her puppy dog, and they went and visited different areas, make a weekly date with yourself, whether that be watching a movie, make your snacks, make sure you have your beverage of choice, and just have that time with you,
that's
yourself, and you.
yeah, because it is always something I did by myself for me.
For you, right?
What do you do
I like to just
besides your
like,
baths?
besides my what?
Besides your baths.
But for this particular date, like I would call it a self date night. I think I just like the whole idea of, and I've done this and not even known I've done that this was a thing. Like it does make me extremely happy. It's just like getting, go on Netflix or whatever movie streaming channel, get the movie of my choice, have that ready for me, pop some popcorn and some other snacks, have my wine,
That sounds like a
cheers,
perfect night.
right? And just like close myself off from the husband and the children at the time when I had children here, and now I have grandchildren here, close myself off from them and just enjoy. And of course, I still, even though it's a movie going and all that, I still have to have my candle. I love smelling the beautiful fragrances of candles. I don't know. I'm a candle fanatic. So yeah, that's what I love to do. So I think, there's so much we can do to really dig within to see what is it is what's that thing or things that we can do to find the happiness within, and then apply those things, and be intentional when you apply those things. Like, be like strategic about it, be true to yourself about it, and apply them, and then really kind of pay attention, be mindful, and pay attention to how you truly feel in that moment and after that moment. I bet you'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't stop smiling. I feel so good. I feel so good because I've done something for me. So
Yeah.
I would love to hear from you guys. If there's something that you do that we didn't mention that you want to share with us, because look, we are here to help one another, y'all. You may have something that I may resonate with and be like, oh my gosh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Or another listener may see your comment and resonate with that thing. So let's just be a community of happy people that help people. How about that? I love
I think
that.
it's important, like you said, like whatever is your thing, like don't stress yourself out feeling like you have to do it.
No,
Like fostering animals, like it can be a lot, but like if it didn't make me happy, like shouldn't like
wouldn't be
don't
doing it.
force yourself upon it. Or like I recently started working out. So like I started
Mm,
off small, like it's like a 15-minute workout. And I'm like, I can squeeze this into my day, like
absolutely. Yes. So how are you feeling since you started your workout plan?
I mean, it's definitely nice noticing a difference, like,
Yeah,
and I don't know, like just seeing the results of it and like see your hard work pay off. Uh,
absolutely.
like even though they're short workouts, like it's something easy. Like since I going from not working out at all to like a
Mhm.
15-minute one, it's nice, like a easy playing into like that world.
I love that. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, I think I said this to Jamie offline, but I'm going to say it to everybody online too. Honeys, women especially, if you're under 40, go ahead and get that workout regimen going, babies. Because let me tell you, it's hard to lose after 40. So go ahead, and it doesn't have to be strenuous. Like Jamie said, 15 minutes. She just squeezes in 15 minutes to watch a video and work out with that video, with that workout video.
And that's self-care too. So
It's totally self-care. So yeah, definitely put that. And then I think diet is super important in your happiness. I know I was addicted to sugar, and sugar is so bad, like so bad for us. Like you can't think. If you have a lot of foggy brain and not able to cipher out what you're thinking, and forgetful a lot, or you have a lot of inflammation in your body, cut down on that sugar until you could cut it out. I bet you'll see a difference. And will you ever be happy? Oh my goodness. So I replaced sugar with a natural plant-based sugar, stevia. And then and I'm limited on that as well. And then I also you eat more fruits to get, my sweet cravings taken care of. So yeah, it's ways around it.
you
And it
definitely
does.
notice a difference too. I will
Oh,
say like a couple times, like I need that push. So like
mhm,
I am one of those people that like during the Lent season, like I've given up soda for Lent before. And
mhm.
it's like once you have that drink after it, because you're like, oh, thank God I can finally have one again. You drink it and you're like,
Yeah,
why?
exactly. Exactly.
Or
Like
like
I'm
one year I gave
chewing.
up fast food and I'm like, it forced me to eat healthier because, I didn't have that
Exactly.
option. So then going back to it, I was like, why did I eat this?
Yeah. What was the purpose of eating this in the first place?
Yeah. So it's like once
I
you
mean, I'm
break that habit, like you don't really want to go back.
you really. I mean, and I'm being honest. Like my husband still kind of struggles with the sugar stuff, and so he'll bring a cupcake in. I ate a cupcake, like the 2-pack cupcakes. I ate one of them, sick to my stomach. I was so miserable. I was like, okay, yep, this body is done with that. So that felt good. Um, so I mean, like I create some, like I think keto, and I'm not doing the keto diet or telling you to go do the keto diet, but they have some amazing desserts that you can fix. Like they call them bombs, something bombs. And one of them is a chocolate peanut butter cup.
That sounds good.
It is so fantastic, and it's without real sugar. And oh my gosh,
I mean, Reese's is my favorite candy, so chocolate and peanut butter.
mine too. But it's so sweet to me now, like I can't even eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like a keto soup that I like, and it's like one of those that, like you can make it like whatever you want, like whatever veggies you want to throw in there, throw them in.
That kind of goes like with that pasta meal I was telling you about. Like, I think, veggies are just so versatile, and we shouldn't just limit ourselves to certain things. We should try the different. Just because the recipe says, like the recipe I gave Jamie has bell peppers, like the red and the yellow. Well, why not add some squash and zucchini to that?
That was my first question was, what do you think about squash and zucchini?
Exactly that way. And I'm like, oh, I think that would be great. I think we're gonna next time I make it, I'm gonna add, so it may end up being a whole pot of veggies, but how wonderful is that? Like, it's so good for your body.
Well, I do a lot of stir fries too, because you can stir fries are perfect for being versatile. Like you mix it up however you want. And it also helps like with meal prepping, because then you got a meal for days.
That is so true. And then if you think about it, if you do a lot of veggies for your meals and you get them all chopped up and have them all ready and cook, you can even cook all that together like you just stated. There you go. Box them up, freeze them up. Right?
We love it.
So not only have we talked about finding happiness within, we've taught you how to make your life easier. Because that's what we do when we chit chat and we hang out. And I love it.
It just benefits everyone, our friendship.
Our friendship is amazing, and you will be blessed behind it. I love it. So Jamie, do you have anything else that you want to throw out there to our beautiful audience?
I would just say maybe like stay true to yourself. Like what makes you happy, and not lose that and change it or anything.
Stay true to yourself. Yes, y'all. I don't even have anything to add to that. I don't.
Wisdom. You're welcome.
See, look at this girl just being all wise and stuff. I have nothing to add to that because as a matter of fact, we're gonna sit in that and leave it right there, because I think we may end up having an episode on being true to yourself to find your happiness. But I agree with that 1,000%. Stay true to yourself. Be the best that you can be to yourself. And
Yeah,
then
if you don't like gardening, don't take up gardening to make yourself happy.
No, because it's going to make you miserable. It will. So find that thing that suits you, not something that somebody else is doing. I mean, if you want to try something that someone else is doing, really be true to yourself, try it. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. That does not make you a bad person. You just haven't found your thing yet, right? So do what Jamie said. Stay true to yourself. I love that, Jamie. And until next week, we are going to say, see you later. We are going to say, have an amazing week. And we are going to cheers. See ya.
Bye.